Hi, it's Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and today we're going to be doing a little sorting and a little using up some things. I think I forgot my other pliers, so we'll have to just use these. I have lots of beads. This is just some of them, and I'm sorting them out to put them away and to also make a bunch of things. Here's some that I've already made. And then we'll make something. So these are some little dangles. They have, let's see if I can be in view. They have a loop on this end, and then this end, I've just, oops, there, can you see? I've bent the wire, which I want to twist into a loop, but I need to get out my rounded pliers, so I'll do that. But here's some that we've done loops. My mom did some with me. We've done loops at each end that are ready to put dangling somewhere from a journal. This one needs another tightening up. I didn't have the best rounded plier out here, so they just need a little bit more finishing, but this is the kind of thing that I'm making, and then they would dangle off of the spine or somewhere else on the journal. Now these are stiff. I'll also make some that are a little more flexible, like some hemp cordage and some other things. So I have a lot of beads and some tools. So far I've sorted them into some wooden ones, and I think I have most of the wooden ones. Yeah, that's not wood. As I'm going along, if I find additional ones, I can put them in here. So here's some wooden ones. I have a lot, so we'll do some other videos of making more things. I have all these pony beads, which I think I'll use the top of the container to put some other things in. Oops, there's my lid. So I'm going to put these wooden ones in the top of the pony bead container. I've also sorted out these crystal beads, although there are still a few left in here that we didn't find yet. And so that I can lay in the top of that container. And just laying them in here for storage. These are some letter ones. They may have numbers, but I think they're mostly letters. So if we want to spell some things out, there are those. And we have a variety of tools. Some beading needles, which will go with this section that I'll show you in a minute. Also these beading needles. Maybe we can be safe. No, actually these are not beading needles. Oh, excuse me. Something out here is making me sneeze. I'm in my garage work area. These have the flat end to put the beads on and not fall off. So for instance, here's some animal ones. We can make some, and a smile face. Here's some more of these. This is a piece of colored rock, probably fake colored. This is a fake fingernail. I'm not sure why that's in there. Another one of the crystal beads and a little piece of wire. I have this container that has metal and wire and things to hang things with. I also have these metal rings, but they're not really to use with jewelry. So I'm going to sort that out somewhere else. Unfortunately, let's dump them in here for our sorting, because sometimes things end up in a baggie inside out and it won't zip. So in order to zip, we need to be this way. I'm not sure how they end up that way. Okay, so these are just inexpensive metal rings. And I'm not sure yet how I will use them, but I like a good challenge. I'm not sure where they came from or why I have them. Probably something to do with miniatures, because I have a lot of things from miniatures. Actually, this bag doesn't zip that way. It was the right way. Okay, so I guess we'll just fold it over really well and lay it in here. I do have some bulb pins, some colored ones and some black ones, and while these would be good for the jewelry, I can also use those in other ways for my journals. So I'm going to pull those out. And I think this is all the wire and things to put in. Let's see, I have extra tools here that I don't need. Those are both wire cutters. These are both curved pliers. This is a flat plier. This is another wire cutter similar to that. And this is a wire cutter similar to that. And I don't know why I have a Phillips screwdriver in here, or a pair of, I believe, baby nail clippers. I'm not sure. So I think I will put the extras. I like the skinny one. And I think that these are all very similar, but for some reason I'm wanting that one. Oops, that's what I'm wanting, so I want that left out, sorry. So those are extras, and I'm wanting that. And I have this. So I think I'm just going to keep these three, and I'm going to put these over here on my tool shelf to be used for general tool things. And then I'm going to put these in with my metal stuff. So that would be a good place for this. What else do we have? So this is not a lid for this container. Maybe this is a lid? No? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so this is some special family jewelry that I'm gonna put somewhere else. These are on our tray to finish this up. And I'm gonna need these to round the end. Oops, not that one. This one. Okay. And put this lid on here with those other beads. Okay, so this drawer is very heavy. I don't think it's gonna go back in my cabinet like this. And I think there's too much in here. So I'm gonna have to find some kind of totes or something to store it. But basically this pile I've sorted out is some little fabric pieces to sew some seed beads on, which we'll do one of these days, and some needles for beading. And then the beads in this container are all small, like seed beads. Like these are seed beads. These are little crimp beads. These are some gold seed beads. There's a lot of those. These are a little bigger, but they also have a lot of really little ones. So I left them together. They're kind of a red, white, and blue collection, which after I, make up and use some of the bigger pieces, they'll probably go somewhere else. So this is seed beads. There's some with different color combinations. These have come from a variety of places over many years. This is a nice collection. Some of these are just little packages. This says these are crimp tubes in bright silver, but they're small, so I put them with these seed beads. So all of this will need to have probably at least 2 shoe boxes. So I'm gonna have to find some shoe boxes for that. So I'm going to set these here and find some shoe boxes off camera. Okay, so this then is a collection of miscellaneous various beads that are sorted, but they're not, they look like they might have come with kits. There's some zipper pulls, but they're not seed beads, so I didn't mix them in. This looks like some stuff I might have gotten in a miniature swap. These are actually paper beads. They're made out of paper. This is a headband that was made by probably my kid and sewn beads on, but those can come back off. I do have additional, these are the head pins. Those do go in the metal stuff. That's what these loose ones are. Okay, so parachute guy, he doesn't necessarily go here, but he's there. Here's a baggie of little square things with prongs. They could go in a junk journal sometime. Here's some glass beads. Here's a key with some beads, miscellaneous. These are little miniature parts, a couple little miniature beads. Here's some little glass beads. I guess he's guarding this board. These are some metal discs with a hole at the end, so they're like charms. They have these little stickers on them, and then they also have an embossed design on the other side. They were little maybe keychain type charm kits, leftover pieces. Those are the square things I talked about. This is also metal. There's some jingle bells, some metal beads. These are some more little square things. Maybe we'll put them in with those. Here's some little silver bead caps. So they really, this metal stuff here probably should go in the metal. These are little squares that hang like this. And I might find a way to put them on a journal by attaching it through around this, maybe even sewing it on or something, and then you'd have this dangle, and you could maybe glue something on the back and it would be a little dangly picture. This looks like some broken jewelry. This is a little fuzzy cameo thing. It's a button that could be sewn on a journal. So you can see I have quite a variety. These are some shells. I think this is shells also. This has, some things attached to it. This is a art thing that was made at a workshop where they had teens and things. And this was designed with some beads and like this, and then it can hang and twist. These are some plastic strips, you know, so if somebody wants to make something like that, there's this as a design type idea. So they're loops of that with holes punched in it so they can go on this wire. We'll put this in here. This is a bracelet collection of miscellaneous beads to be used. And here is a old cappuccino tin, a lid that's slightly broken. And this is full of old vintage broken jewelry, value of which I don't know. They could be valuable and they might not be. Let's see if we can move this over to a side and this to a side. Whoops. I don't know if I can get this, yeah, in there. So this drawer is getting filled up with miscellaneous. Here's some more bead caps. Put this in the little metal section. Oops. And this has some little stone beads from something. Here's a little bag that we can put these little beads, square and hearts and cylinders, and a fake fingernail, which I think probably was in the miniature stuff. But things migrate. Okay, so that's a miscellaneous thing. So these will go put away. I'm gonna put this over here on top of my seed beads. I have a cabinet that can hold those drawers. Here's a collection I kind of just, it wasn't 50 cents, it's just a recycled bag, but a collection I gathered up while sorting that were all in these oranges and browns, which I thought would be a nice fall beaded item. So I just collected that aside. Here's some other containers I collected up. So these are some red, white, and blue ones that I found from different places. I think I'll just, as an idea, put in this blue star, which they can be looked for in this general one, which is probably going to go in a baggie because the stars would be fun. Here's a red and white stripe. That would be fun to put in the red, white, and blue. Here's another red and white stripe. Here's a little beaded bracelet. That doesn't look as red. That looks red though. So by sorting these out, it makes it easier. You can sit down with a container and the tools and make some things without having to get everything out. But it takes more time than you might think to make these kind of things. So you have to have a block of time to just sit down and make a whole bunch. And I had to gather the tools, the supplies, and figure out how to do some things because I'm new to this. Still working it out. But we'll do some of these in the future because we have these. So here's a nice red, white, and blue collection. And this one, these are little charms, mostly plastic, but a lot of them are very vintage. And those I thought would be nice to put onto some things. Let's see, what else do we have? We have this big container. What is it? Oh, this is various jewelry and miscellaneous. So jewelry parts, but it also has like some of these combs, but that might go into a decorative thing. Here's a pretend microphone. We can talk into our microphone. Here's some red and white beads that could work for something. These are some little silk or taffeta or whatever they're made out of, little bags, which would be used, you know, for some things. I could store that in there. These say they are rhinestones, which are something that I would glue into a journal. So I'm going to keep those out. And this says jump rings, but I've dumped that out. So I might use this for something else. I found also some sequins and some elastic cord and some thread. And oh, this is a Pentuck fine jewelry. Oh, this is a little pouch for a fancy necklace and keeps it nice. We'll just stick that in here. Okay, so our general beads we have left, plus we have some that I've just bought recently. So I need a container for these. Let's see. Containers are sometimes readily available and sometimes tricky because they come and go with stuff in them. Here's a gallon Ziploc bag, which is always good for a lot of things. So let's put these. Hopefully we are successful. This is a job that would be much nicer with an assistant to be successful. But let's see what we can do. This is just a cookie sheet from my kitchen. Some kind of little paper something. Thought I just saw, whoops, a Lego coin, but I'm not sure. This has anything from skinny bugle beads to pony beads to shaped beads to pearls, probably faux pearls. That's a different kind of bead. Okay, let's see if we can get these in. Everybody wish me well. Thank you. You guys did a good job. All right. So I'll put this back over to go back in my kitchen. But a tray like that with a lip is really essential to not have your stuff rolling around and getting away from you. Okay, so recently I was able to get some new jewelry on discount, new beads to make jewelry, which that's an old one also. I was gonna use to make some, and maybe I'll use these first. So anyway, they're bent, but this is sort of a turquoise colored solid one, and some kind of like sea glass colors. Some of these I just gathered all the turquoise out here. So there's this string of turquoise, this big loop, these turquoise stones. Now I doubt they're real turquoise, but I thought they would, even though these are different, I thought these would look nice together. And got some mushrooms and some little birds, some turtles. And this is one I just pulled out of the collection that's kind of like those. Here's some green and blue ones. This one has butterflies, a couple sizes, plus little silver beads. And these are colored, crystally like, multicolored butterflies. This I think I already had. Little red stones. And then this one has some kind of like, they're metallic, shiny, like rainbowy like, but they also look sort of pearly on another side. So don't know if they say what they're made out of. It says 50 pieces, so they must be 50 beads. And this has been around for a while. So this collection I'm gonna put, I think, in this bag and try to make something right away with them. I'm also gonna put in there this little bead tray, and I'm not sure why I have these little ones. These ones I need to finish up, and these animals. And I can pull from my other collection, but these are the ones I'm gonna work on right away. So I'm gonna set them aside. And just for a place to store, this bag looks like it will go in this tote. If I can get these all gathered in one place, then I would be able to have them taking up less room and getting at them easier. Okay, so we have an empty container. I don't know if there's runaway beads on there, but now we've got that all sorted out. So thank you for joining me. This is Peggy from the Pearl Forest. And here's our bead stuff that we will put away, and some that we're going to work on right away. And little parachute man says thank you for joining us. It's Peggy from the Pearl Forest. Have a great day full of love. Bye.